extra, read all about it. Get your copies while they last. Stop the presses.
And now for something completely different.
Are you ready for a little truth? Are we not entertained? Wisdom is the proper use of knowledge and experience. There are no safe spaces here. The truth shall make you free. It's showtime! So you want the truth, but can you handle the truth? Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten us into. Now that's entertainment. Enlighten me a little. What you say is quite logical. And what did we learn? Prepare yourself for a little sensory overload. I came here for the truth. 47 years ago, stand by the roll show intro. Roll show intro in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.
Hello, America, family, friends, and listeners all around this planet we call home. This is the Craig L. Hayes Show. I am the one, the only Craig L. Hayes. Welcome to the show on this beautiful May 21st, 2025. A beautiful day here in the Northern Command Center of Enterprise, Utah. 5,300 foot elevation and 70 degrees maybe, or 75 today. It's going to be beautiful. Anyhow, enough of the weather report for y'all. Let's just get on to business. And the topic of today is going to be treason. I'm sorry, but this whole thing that Jake Tapper's out there running around doing and trying to say he was fooled like so many other people were fooled about President Biden being mentally degraded, having problems. You're a liar. You're a sack of garbage because you knew he was, but you wanted to defend him anyway. You don't get off scot-free or off the hook pretending like went on for those 4 years, 5 years, including the campaign, where he hid in a basement because he couldn't talk to anybody. He was already having serious mental, cognitive disabilities going on inside him. You don't get to sit there and say, oh, well, we didn't know, but now that we know, oh my heavens, we were fooled so badly. You're a piece of garbage, just like the rest of you in the legacy mainstream media. You're liars, you're disgusting, and you're traitors. But even with that said, all you guys are is the Pravda of the Soviet Union. All you guys do is tell the exact line. You're nothing but propagandists for the Democrat Party. If it takes lying, if it takes anything at all possible, covering up, lying, deceiving, pointing the wrong directions, or whatever you want to do, it's perfectly fine as long as Donald Trump never got in office again, as long as he couldn't ever maintain the office. Okay. You knew that we on the right were looking at this man named Joe Biden, and we could see so plain and easy how bad he was. We could see how mentally he was gone. People had to take and show him how to walk around, which way to go. And they knew that he had the cancer 4 or 5, 6 years ago, because the cancer that he has, it doesn't just show up in 100 days after he leaves office. He's had that cancer for a couple years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Joe Biden said he's in 2022 he had it. All you people in the media and all the people around him said, oh, that was just a slip up. He was just talking, references. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. You know how Joe just goes off and says stupid things. No, he was telling you the truth. For once in his life, he was telling everybody the truth, and you guys decided to cover it up anyway. You lied to the American people. But we knew it. We knew there was something wrong with this guy. Not that he was just corrupt, not that he's evil. He's all of those things. His whole family is nothing but corruption and evil. He was the money train. When Joe Biden dies, here in the next 6 months, a year, whatever it's going to be, however long the good Lord decides to give him to try to repent and turn from his evil ways back to the Lord, however long God gives him to change. Repentance is only change. Stop doing the things that you're doing that are wrong and start doing the things that you should be doing which are right. That is repentance and asking forgiveness. However long the Lord gives him to clean up his act and fix his life, that's up to the Lord. But once he dies, that money train is completely gone. It's already dried up. Those $3 million houses, the $4 million houses, the cars, this, that, the other thing, it's all getting sold. Because there's no money to live on after that. His families are going to have to go out and find real work. Maybe McDonald's will be hiring or something like that. I'm not sure. But $30 to $40 million has been earned by that family because of Joe Biden's political connections. And once he's gone, they're gone. So he's corrupt. He's evil. He preaches one thing and he does the other. Example? Oh, okay. No problem. Let's just go to his basic belief. He claims to be a strong, devout Catholic. What is one of the things in the Catholic Church is very sacred to them? It's called no abortion. But what does Joe Biden promote as a Democrat? He promotes abortion, just like Nancy Pelosi and so many other these hypocritical people that are in Washington, D.C. These are the things I hope he repents of. I hope he seeks forgiveness. I admonish him to do so. I admonish all people out there that are living lives of evil to seek forgiveness and return to God. That doesn't mean that justice should not be served. Mercy by God is fine. But we need some justice in this country. Joe Biden has not been president of the United States his entire term. He has not been the one that's in the front saying, here's where we want to go. Here's what we're going to do. Joe Biden has not signed hardly any legislation himself or the pardons. Somebody within his inner circle was in charge of the auto pen. I am sorry, but I don't believe the auto pen should ever be used unless it's an absolute emergency. I think President Trump used it one time in his first 4 years to get something signed because he was on the other side of the country when something needed to get signed in Washington, D.C., but he was in California doing something, or on the West Coast, something like that. Not important where he was. He wasn't there to be able to sign it himself. So he authorized the auto pen to be used that time. And then I think you go back and you have to verify that it was you that authorized that signature, blah, 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 stuff like that. Joe Biden has got thousands of signatures on pieces of paper that help the government run. I would be surprised if Joe Biden signed 20 or 50 of all those thousands. So who in his inner circle has committed treason and used the auto pen to sign legislation or executive orders or pardons without his knowledge? Remember, he is suffering from dementia. He is senile. He has serious cognitive decline. And yet, everybody lied and said that no, he's one of the sharpest people you've ever been around. And I've been sitting in an office with him today, and he was so on the ball on all this stuff. Lies, 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 lies. You're all liars. You're all traitors. You're all treasonous. Someone needs to be found guilty of being a traitor, of being treasonous, assuming power they do not have, assuming authority not granted them, and using that auto pen. Congress, Senate, House, you guys, put together a hearing, start dragging these SOBs in front of you and find out what the hell was going on. Who authorized this? Who is going to be going to jail for basically taking over the presidency and using the auto pen to do so? Here's a question. Do you even care? Do you care that somebody in there was doing it? Now, if you're a Democrat, you're going to say, no, I don't care. Because he was doing the things that we liked done. He was doing the things that he's supposed to do. Okay. All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to find some guy like me who was a strict constitutional originalist libertarian, and I'm going to go in there and I am going to take and use that auto pen, and boy, you're going to wish Donald Trump was using that thing. That would be perfectly fine by you too, wouldn't it? Since somebody did all the things that you wanted to, then I could do all the things I wanted to do. So it'd be perfect, right? No, you couldn't do that. It'd be wrong. Yeah, that's the way it works in that back there. As long as it takes and destroys the nation, as long as it takes authority and such away from those that are duly elected and authorized, you don't have a problem with it. As long as you get what you want as a Democrat. But if you're a Republican, we have to stop you. We are in such dangerous times right now. Are we going to be able to recover from the garbage, the cesspool, the environmental destruction? What do we want to call it? The hazardous, the hazardous site that Joe Biden and the Democrats have put this entire nation into. Oh, what do you mean? He did all this stuff that was really good. He was so smart, and he did some stuff. And whoever signed that auto pen, they did great stuff because we're doing so much better. Yeah, well, you're all on a bunch of crack anyway. Oh, that's right. You don't care about the crack and everything else coming through the border and being used on people as long as people die from it, because you are the party of death. You are the culture of death. I am so disgusted by this. Is anything going to be done? Can the Justice Department open up an investigation independent of Congress and find out who was committing treason and who was telling these people what to do? It wasn't Joe Biden. Was it Barack Obama? telling his friends in there what to do? Was it Jill Biden? Was it his brother Jim? Was it Kamala Harris and her clan of evil cohorts? I don't know. Do we not, as Americans, deserve to know how we got where we are today with the most incredibly mentally deficient president we've ever had at the helm? You're not allowed to sit there and tell people now that it's been, 3 months, 4 months since Joe Biden left office, to sit and go, well, he was okay until a certain time, but we kind of knew he was having problems, so we just, kept him under wraps a little bit. We did this, and we're sorry. We didn't mean to make people worried about this. We didn't mean to do all the things against the Constitution that we did. We didn't mean to be treasonous. We didn't mean to be traitors. We didn't mean to break the law. We didn't try to take over America. We didn't try to take the most powerful position in the entire world away from the man that was not truly elected, but selected, from stealing the 2020 election. But yet he was still sworn in as president. So he's president. If you guys got in their side, once he's in there, we're just going to do whatever we want. You guys all put together all these things you want done, and we're going to push this all through. We're going to make this stuff happen. Joe doesn't know anyway, because he's just going to be back there wanting his ice cream and sit on the beach. Oh, it's just so disgusting. I detest you people. I find no redeeming qualities in the Democrat Party. I find very little redeeming qualities in Democrats who hold fast to their policies and their ideology. And I find it even more disgusting that we have, what do I want to say here? That we have traitors against the United States that took over the presidency of Joe Biden and auto-penned their way to everything they wanted. I can imagine some of these things, conversations, especially on the pardons. Hey, Joe, do you think it'd be a good idea if we pardoned your family and Comey and Fauci and a few other people on this? Yeah, I think that would be ice cream. I think the beach and ice cream would be good right now. What would you say? Yeah, that's probably pretty much how it went. Some of us know what it's like having people in our families that have serious cognitive problems. And that's just an example, and I know exactly what it's like. So, we'll just go down to the border. Why don't we just do something simple? You want some proof on this stuff? Let's do this. All of Joe Biden's career, he's basically never spoken out about how the border should be opened up, how everybody should be able to wander on in, how everyone should be able to just come and go as they please. Just, we want 20 million extra people in an invasion, bring them on. Joe Biden never said that throughout his whole senatorial career, even as vice president. All of a sudden, as president, he said he was going to go for that, and then he made sure that the border was open and we got invaded. And it is an invasion, very important to understand it. 20 million people coming into our country without permission is an invasion. Hundreds of thousands of them hardened criminals. As a part of it, you are asking your enemy to come into your country and cause harm to your people. That's treason. When you put more emphasis on spending time, energy, resources, flying, you sent airplanes to other countries and flew 538,000 illegal aliens into the country and said, here, you can stay here for a while. There's nothing in the law that said you could do that. You bastardized the requirement under the immigration department called parole and said we're putting these people on parole. No, that's not the meaning of parole. Flying people into the country and say, now you're on parole, so just be good. No, you broke the law bringing them here. You use American taxpayer dollars to fly them into the country. You use buses and any other method to bring them into the country and swarm all over the country. 20 million. $20 million. Like 8% of the population of the United States was allowed to invade our country. Did Joe Biden even have a clue that was going on? I don't think he did. I think he may have said a few things that he thought would be really good, but at the same time, I don't think he knew that these 20 million were going to be flooding into the country, overwhelming our immigration system. It's Cloward and Piven. It's very simple. If you don't understand who they are, look it up sometime. There were a couple communist Marxist professors that decided what you're supposed to do to collapse a society, to collapse the nation, is overwhelm it until it just collapses. Overwhelm and collapse. Now you can do it economically. You could do it through immigration. You could do it through all these different systems. But once you start to collapse, this collapses the dominoes. It just takes off on itself. So that was what they were doing. My gut tells me we're not going to go and investigate any of this. The Republicans under Mike Johnson and whatever his name is, Thune, are going to fail us again. The Justice Department may look into it, but they are so busy trying to clean up the mess that Biden left behind. I don't know if they're going to get to anything else other than trying to figure out the immigration, the illegal stuff that went on, the corruption that was embedded throughout the entire federal government, the swamp. Just so everybody understands, the swamp, as it's been called, or the administrative state, or I don't know what you want to call it. There's several different names, and I can't remember all of them. We don't like you. We, law-abiding, Constitution-loving citizens of this country, detest you. That's the truth. That's why Donald Trump, we put him in office. So, with that brings us close to the end of this show. We wouldn't be where we are right now, if we were a righteous people. The blessings of liberty are for a righteous people. The Constitution is for a righteous people. The reason we're having all these issues within our nation is because we're not a righteous people. There are people who are righteous, but I'm talking the overall majority. We aren't righteous. We are not doing the things that we're supposed to do as followers, true followers of my belief, Christianity. We need to do better. The time is short. There's little remaining. Donald Trump can't do this all himself. And if you're looking to government to fix the things that are wrong in this country, you're looking at the wrong place. The government has responsibilities to take care of in this nation. But we as a people need to heal ourselves by turning back to the Lord, by turning back to God. But will we? I look at a picture on my wall. It's George Washington in the forest kneeling in prayer while he's trying to fight the Revolutionary War. That's who we need to be. That's who we need to be. We need to be the George Washingtons. We all need to be George Washington. Full faith in God and doing what is right. Anyhow, that's the end of this show. I'm going to do a couple more today, I think, because I'm feeling good. Like I knew I would. No, we're not going to go there. Anyhow, we'll catch you on the next show. It'll be coming up soon. But it doesn't matter because it'll be on YouTube and you can listen to it anytime you want. Anyways, take it away, Talbot.
This is the Craig L. Hayes Show.